Amongst all the bad news surrounding the Grizzlies lately, a player who has been stepping in as a key player for the Grizzlies when he has given the opportunity to is Vince Williams Jr. Just recently, the Grizzlies signed him to a 3-year, $7.9 million deal. In this video, we will break down how Vince Williams Jr. will be a key player for the Memphis Grizzlies going forward. And before we begin this video on why Vince Williams Jr. will be a key player for the Memphis Grizzlies in the rest of the season, please subscribe for more Memphis Grizzlies content. Before I get into some of the great things that Vince Williams Jr. has brought to the Memphis Grizzlies with, these players being in all the bad news that surrounded the Memphis Grizzlies this season, I'm going to talk about his stats real quick just to give you guys a quick rundown of, what he's done so far this season. And honestly, before I even say the stats, I feel like these stats honestly kind of underestimate his impact, but here we go. So he's averaging 5.9 points per game, 5.1 rebounds per game, and 1.8 assists per game. And shooting percentage-wise, Vince has also been shooting 37.5% from the field, 35% from three-point line, which, as of recent, he's been really, really good from the three-point line, and 83.3% from the free throw line. So overall, what makes Vince Williams Jr. and what will make him a key player for the remaining part of the season for the Memphis Grizzlies is, first off, his role as a 3-and-D player for the Grizzlies is huge. When you talk about a guy that, can step up big and it's just that next man up mentality, it's this guy right here. He's been shooting it well from three recently. And when you talk about the absolute just hustle and the absolute effort that he puts out on defense, it's just insane. He embodies what the Memphis Grizzlies want to do on the defensive side of the ball. He embodies that grit and grind culture. He defines what, the Memphis Grizzlies look for in a defensive guy. And he's just been really impressive to watch. It's hard to match his defensive presence and his defensive just aggressiveness that he has. And honestly, it kind of is weird, but I've watched him play. Obviously I watch a lot of Memphis Grizzlies games. I watch every Grizzlies game, but when you watch him play on defense, it's like his size. He plays outside of his size. He plays his size. He uses more length than he has. It's kind of weird to explain, but just his hustle and his grit on the defense side of the ball just allows him to play bigger defensive guys at his length. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. And then for Vince, if he can keep doing those things, he's going to be a big part of the rotation for the years to come and the seasons to come, but also for this season, and could be a reason why the Grizzlies don't, absolutely just nosedive, the rest of the season, which, it's hard to see the Memphis Grizzlies even get in the play-in, but it could happen obviously still. We still have good guys, but in Jaren, Dez, and such, but it's gonna be really hard to get into the play-in still. And if we can still play, decently, if the Grizzlies still play decently, it could happen. If they make the play-in this season, that's huge for them. And if they're able to, I feel like he'll be a big part of it. Vince will be a big key guy for that. And I'm just excited to see what Vince Williams Jr. still has in store for us, because I just see the upside of this guy. He is nowhere near the defensive upside that he could be. I feel like he can be a really, really good defensive guard in this league. He has it in him, and I just can't wait to see it unfold in these upcoming seasons and, throughout the season as well. But just really excited to see this guy. And that is why I believe that Vince Williams Jr. will be a big key defensive and just defensive player in general for the Memphis Grizzlies.